Let's go into the story, another story we have here. The thieves, this is on the Ghanaian Times, yes, and it's on page 3 of the Ghanaian Times. It says here, thieves vandalize ECG transformer, steal copper windings at unidentified persons have vandalized and stolen copper windings from a transformer belonging to the electricity company of Ghana Limited at Nkumkrom last Friday. Now, a statement issued by ECG said the 200 kVA transformer, which served residents of Nkumkrom in the Nswam Edwardjiri municipality in the eastern region, was pulled down from its pole mount by the thieves, plunging the entire community into darkness. The ECG estimated the 200 kVA transformer at 80,000 Ghana cedis, adding that the incident has been reported to the police and investigations were ongoing. Mr. Emmanuel Ankra, the acting general manager of the ECG Accra West region, expressed worry about the destruction and stealing of equipment of the company and urged residents to be vigilant and report any unusual activities around ECG installations. All electrical equipment, and I quote, all electrical equipment we have installed in the communities are for the benefit of the community, and so we all have to show greater care so that a few miscreants do not deny us of the benefits of these investments, he said. Okay, Larry.
Yeah.
What jumps out at you at this story? I mean, I see a number of things. Yeah, but
first of all, the story reminds me of some few years ago, where on the N1, people went posing as electrical engineers,
and stealing the lights.
Exactly. By the time they left, they had stolen the street lights. On the motorway, I remember the Kufuor administration mounted a lot of street lights from the other end, the Tema end of the motorway, to the Shashi here. We woke up one fine morning and then the lights wouldn't come again. Meanwhile, the politicians, were out there. Oh, listen, we've put lights on the motorway for the first time. Nkrumah built it, we had put lights on it and all that. Off it went. And we're told that people came and then stole the exactly, and that I think the system was going to put in place a police patrol kind of to be running up and down. I don't know how far that one went, but what's happening now? It's obvious that it's an insider kind of thing.
You believe so?
Oh yeah, I think so, because nobody will just pose that listen, they are coming to work on, let's say, the electricity in that area, and then by the time they left, that I mean, a whole transformer is gone. Yeah. And from what you're saying, I'm sure these are the huge towers, sort of those the ones that we have carrying the high tension poles. And for somebody to climb that, obviously this is somebody with a certain level of technical expertise. He's not just going there to do anything. Yes. And I recall, years ago, somebody contacted me and said if I knew an official at ECG, and that they were looking for scrap, these damaged transformers to buy, ECG transformers to buy. What for? Then he told me that there's a certain oil in there that they need for cosmetics and other things and so on. So there's a whole market or economy built up.
Actually, as you mentioned that, Fred Duho, one of our colleagues here, did a story on this very thing. And he mentioned there's an expensive oil that's in the transformer that people want to, to steal and make use of. Okay. So I'm sure that's what you're referring to.
Yes. So there's a whole economy in there. Let's check whether that oil is still in that transformer.
No, the oil left. The oil left long ago. Before the whole got there.
Before the whole got there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, listen, something has to be done. Or else, by the time we notice, they are initially gone. they are in, let's say, how do you call the other? Where are the plush areas?
The plush area. Oh, Achimota is plush. Achimota is plush.
One is forcing his place into the
So, yeah, we have to be very careful. I mean, they don't get to that point, okay? And this is also risky. A few times I've seen people wanting to commit suicide.
Climbing
then,
up.
Yeah, climbing up. And then, a whole community came begging, oh, kweku si form, kweku si form, kweku si form. In their attempt to get down. Then they held one boy and then that was the end of them. And I mean, a whole community was plunged into darkness. We need to check down on these things. These are not things that you have to be joking with.
Yeah.
Okay, appliances could spoil, a whole factories could,
Yeah, and for me, the troubling part of it is how cascading, like businesses downstream.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a poultry farm.
Okay.
Their birds are dying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There's a hatchery and it needs warmth.
Yeah.
And then you see some of the eggs have started hatching, but everything is dead and they couldn't complete hatching. Because the temperature changes and it's cold and they can't hatch.
And the community didn't know what had happened.
No, they knew the power was off.
Yeah,
but they were waiting for power to come back.
But they didn't know that the transformer had been.
Yeah. Sammens.
Well, again, it comes back to the indiscipline that is at an epidemic height. Epidemic levels of indiscipline. And I keep saying Ghana is a unique country, unique in many ways than one. So unique that Ghana is the only country that I have heard human beings can wake up in the morning, tell their wives that they are going to work, and go and dig out rail tracks. Cut rail tracks from the ground and go and sell.
That's crap.
And then Sunday they go to church. And then they give offering. And they clap for them. Rail tracks. And they live among us.
And they are big men.
They live among us. Rail tracks. And you think this is not murder?
It is.
This is complete murder. And you see, some of the laws are not biting hard enough, or we are not implementing them at all. I mean, how do you steal rail tracks? The national security in Ghana has been busy trying to resolve this issue. They arrest people all the time. I don't know what happens to these people. Rail tracks, they remove them. Now the Temampakadan rail track, you see them. They actually go and harvest the rail tracks. Okay. One of the ways I think we can use to try and slow this down is to make it illegal to sell some of these scrap. Or you have to be licensed to sell. This copper stuff. Not anybody at all can wake up and sell. Where did you get it from? If you are not licensed, then you can't sell it. I mean, it's a way to start.
It's true.
Because everything, once they see that there's copper in, they'll steal it. And ECG is not Ghana Police Service. It's not the judiciary. What they can do is to provide. But after providing, they should be watchmen again. They can't. They don't have the resources to do that. So a whole transformer, a human being decides that, let me go and dissect it, undo it, and steal something in it. What happens to the people whose lives depend on it, I don't care. And this person is living among us.
And imagine there's a hospital or a clinic in that area.
People are dead.
People are dead. And somebody is on life support.
They don't care.
Babies are in incubators.
Larry, look at our road furniture. Look at our road furniture. Everything stealable. Dual carriageways. They have removed
the barricades.
The barricades. People actually wake up in the middle of the night, go and cut them, put them in trucks, say bye-bye to policemen, and go. And nobody gets questioned for carrying things that they don't have receipts for, they did not buy, they are not manufacturers of. I mean, if you have steel, cuts in your vehicle, we should be questioned. If you don't produce receipts, legitimate receipts of where you bought, you should be arrested. If we don't wake up to this thing, one day you will be sleeping. Somebody will come and steal your building.
Yeah.
Because this was
But it's even worse. You know, there's the gutters that we have, and then those metal.
The grills. The
As-
metal
oh,
grills
they
on the
take
top.
them
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time. All the time.
So you've gone to an area that you are very familiar with.
Your car
and you
will
are
enter
parking.
on time.
Oh, by the time you notice you are in there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
Look, from Circle to our office in Adabraka.
Yes.
Have you noticed?
Yes, that one. Yeah.
Okay.
You
They
always.
replace it and then they'll come and
steal
remove
it,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if the person removes it and is not able to sell, it will send a signal to them that this thing
It's useless.
is useless.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we
But
can't
he'll
do
sell it.
this without the steel companies in mind.
Yeah, so all the steel companies must also be, the regulation has to start from there.
You can't buy from
Where
the
you can't
street.
buy
No.
from the
Yeah.
street,
Yeah.
you know.
And we
then
need to wake up to this thing.
if you are buying, the person has to
I
be
think
licensed.
Haruna as Trade and Industry Minister tried a similar thing. And there was a huge backlash on him, even from his constituency.
That's actually a sign that that's the right thing you're doing. When there's
In
a
Ghana,
backlash like
yes.
that.
somebody who's supposed to know better
Yeah.
will call you and say, Charlie, but why are
Charlie,
you
why
disturbing
you
my
this-
people?
Yeah. The man nearly lost his seat.
That's what
Yeah.
people do. That's what
He
people do.
nearly lost his seat.
Greater Accra Regional Minister, what hasn't he gone through?
Oh.
And what's his sin?
Sure.
The sin is just, let's try and beautify
Have an
Accra.
orderly city.
They had a nickname for him. Yes. Something Rambo.
Commando.
But some guy was calling him the modern day Salifu Amankwa.
Whoa.
How I wish those times were now.
Umaru interviewed him recently over the weekend, and then he asked him, "Oh, so what's happening to your,
The campaign."
the campaign?" And he
Yeah.
said, "Oh, he started. Some things came up, and then he had to,
Go back to the drawing
Yeah, go
board.
back to the drawing board.
Because, Larry, to be fair, where is the money going to come from to sustain this thing?
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Where is the money going to come from?
Yeah.
If everything ends up in a consolidated fund, and by the structure of the fund, you need to queue like every other person to have access to it, and then the fund managers or whoever will determine how much is given to you at which time.
Yeah.
Which problem can you solve with this?
Yeah.
You can't solve
Yeah.
any problem.
So-
Yeah,
One leg forward.
you can't.
Look, the
Fine,
only
Bafo.
institution that, among others, but the one I can say without any shadow of contradiction is the Ghana Police Service. That every day you see improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a perfect institution, but every day the physical evidence is there for everybody to see.
Yeah.
But I think the leadership
It's everything.
It's
Yeah, you
leadership
can
is
see.
everything, because we've had, some police officers. I've seen Namfuri. Okay, he had his own style, and other officers after him. But I think the change really started with was it Paul Tewiakwe? He deployed the visibility the visibility
team,
people.
yeah. The police on the
Al Hassan
streets,
continued. After Al Hassan, Kudolo also, fidgeted with it a bit. And then after him came, who? I think Apietu.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then,
they've
yeah,
all
yes.
done. I mean, Apietu
Yeah.
started the transformation,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
transformation internally was actually driven by, what's his name?
Dampire.
No, the man who was accused of coup d'etat, what's his name? The one who was
Agojo.
Agojo.
Yes!
Oh, okay. Wow.
Agojo was the main driver. If you don't know, I'm telling you.
Wow.
He was the main. If you went to the place, he teaches them like school.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
He's an excellent policeman.
And we couldn't take his gut.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. But, I'm telling you. So
He's not gonna take his gut.
But I'm saying that for all the efforts, now we see a wonderful police institution
it looks
that we are all proud of.
Looks
Properly
amazing.
dressed.
It looks
I mean,
amazing.
presentable.
I mean,
Yeah.
You
from
know,
from
so
the history,
it just
this
says
is
that
just
it can be
amazing.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. All right.